They're going to scream when I say this. Let's talk about Sherlock.
Oh, all right then.
Oh my gosh. Did you know when you took this on for the first time that it was going to be this kind of iconic series that people related to and really wanted to watch over and over and over?
Yep. No. I mean, what I knew was that it was already a very iconic role and an iconic hero, and there'd be a lot of attention. And I knew when I was sort of putting my motorbike helmet on, having left the audition, I thought this could be big. I mean, as in there would be a lot of attention on it, and it would have been the first sort of openly kind of commercial decision or role that I wanted to play. And yet there was something so classy about it that it didn't feel commercial for the commercial's sake. It didn't just feel like, getting the old, what do you call them, those pads out and resurrecting that character again for the hell of it. It felt like a very reverent re-examination of him through the 21st century, but with such adoration of the original material, loads of Easter eggs for fans of the Conan Doyle novels, and two extraordinary fanboys writing in the form of the brilliant Stephen Moffat and Mark Gatiss. So it was kind of a winning formula, and when Martin came into audition and just raised my game massively, I thought that's a great piece of chemistry. That's a really great combination, and the rest kind of took off from there. But but at the same time, none of us really knew quite how stupendously successful it would be, and it was the kind of birth of Twitter. It was the first time, certainly that I can remember, sitting around with the producers and the directors when it aired on the BBC that night and going, Jesus Christ, you've just run to your phones and your laptops, what's going on? And they went, look what's happening, it's trending, it's worldwide, your name is trending worldwide. I didn't even know what this meant, but by the end of the evening I thought I was going to sort of exit Sue Virtue's house and be assaulted in Kew in Richmond, which was very quiet at that time. Reporters helicoptering down and abseiling with photographers, and people running out of the houses going, oh my God! I was kind of disappointed that my taxi was a bit late and there was no one there. I was like, this modern world's a bit connected, isn't it? But then it just snowballed after that, and it was such a fun ride. I say the past tense, we never say never, but for now anyway. But it was, in that moment, it was extraordinary, and we even Stephen is not arrogant enough to presume it would have been the biggest hit as it was. It was phenomenal, and the reach of it. I mean, television's reach is extraordinary, really extraordinary, and pre-streaming, it kind of blew my mind. I think it was really the security team in Nepal when we were shooting the opening sequence of Doctor Strange that were like, you're fine, we got it covered. Look, we look after Chris Hemsworth, you're going to be fine. And I was like, yeah, no, okay, great. And then by the end of the first day at these burning ghats, as I was going down to a bridge to ask for Cumberbatch, wandering around the lost, hairy Stephen Strange. Stephen, by the way, but that's fine, don't worry. I think you called him Peter earlier, but that's fine. But just being a pedant, because there are people out there that care, and yeah, I want you to get home safely. That's all. It's all right. And they were like, I can see that's the person's taking a photograph. But okay. And they were like, no, it's all fine. And the next day there were 100 people, and then by the end of the third day, the whole of Durban Square had been overtaken by people chanting Benedict or Sherlock. It just, that was the same year as they'd had their earthquake. I mean, it was that far away in such a country struggling that much, and yet it still resonated there. I mean, it's kind of extraordinary, the reach of that program.
But it was brought up, it was a very different version, and, he's kind of, just the language, the dialogue was amazing, what you did in that role.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it was awful. I mean, there were hard days at the office on that one. It was extraordinarily difficult to sort of speak faster than thought and just not have any kind of breathing time to reach the next trigger for the next line, for the next memory, and just be breathing it faster and faster. And actually the West film I'm doing now, Wes Anderson's film, is very reminiscent of those deduction scene days. It's hard, but it's kind of amazing. It's a good brain gym. But yeah, what a joy. And I'd read them, and the brilliance of them. I mean, some of them are just spurious nonsense, but the red herring is so it's sort of, it doesn't matter. It's just so dazzling, no matter how ludicrous it may be, you know. The hem of your trousers seems to be worn at the back. That must mean you've lost weight, therefore you have been on a diet. Therefore you can't have fitted into that room, and therefore you weren't the killer. You know, it's that kind of thing. It's like, it's just nonsense. But it's sort of, you know, it's kind of, and that's after 2 margaritas.
It's pretty
Imagine
good.
what I was like after my first coffee. Yeah.
Pretty good.
This is my second.